This is Preston, and he is receiving his 6-month MMR vaccine. This is a common event that takes place for most babies. The Center of Disease Control and Prevention released a report in 2011 showing how vaccines have dramatically reduced outbreaks of diphtheria, polio, and rubella worldwide. Even with these accomplishments, vaccines remain as a debated subject amongst many groups, causing social and scientific controversies. These discussions have caused many questions to arise, like, what are vaccines? Are they safe? And what is the truth about vaccines? In this documentary, we will discuss the controversies of vaccines. We first start by talking to the general public and getting their opinion about vaccines.
So in my opinion, I'm pro-vaccine in small children because their immune systems are developing and it can help prevent future complications down the line like diseases and stuff later in life. And you do hear about some cases about autism and some weird reactions, but I think that they're relatively rare. So the vaccines are safe and they don't really do any harm in my opinion.
Todos mis hijos los llevé a las vacunas.
I took all my children for their vaccinations, but these days I've seen reactions that are not right. I have even heard about some kids getting diabetes. Now I do not know what to think.
Many misunderstandings about vaccines stem from this man's findings. Andrew Wakefield. Jeremy Lawrence wrote an article in 2010 explaining that in 1998, Wakefield published a paper with 11 other co-authors in The Lancet, suggesting that the MMR vaccine is linked to autism. The paper included 12 patients who developed autism after receiving this vaccine. Soon after, Andrew Wakefield held a conference announcing that the MMR vaccination should cease until further research was performed to determine that this particular vaccine is safe for use. Ever since his findings, Andrew Wakefield has gained the support of several celebrities such as Jenny McCarthy, whose son was diagnosed with autism. In 2008 on CNN, she proclaimed to the public that the MMR vaccine was the direct cause of it. According to Sarah Bosley's article in 2008, Wakefield's paper caused a loss of confidence in the MMR vaccine and other vaccines. In England, compliance rates dropped from 92% to 80% over the past decade. The decrease in childhood vaccines later caused an outbreak of measles, a disease that was relatively under control before this paper was published. In 1998, England only had 56 cases of measles. In 2007, there were confirmed 739 cases. Fiona Godley states that The Lancet retracted Wakefield's paper in 2011. This was done because of inconsistencies in the medical records of the 12 patients. Facts about the patient's history were found to be altered so that they supported Wakefield's theory. In 2011, Brian Deere wrote that the General Medical Council initiated an investigation into Wakefield's research. The council found him guilty of 30 charges, including dishonesty and unethical medical procedures used on children. Brian Deere, a leading scientific journalist, exposed a conflict of interest between Andrew Wakefield and a law firm suing the traditional vaccine producers, which paid Wakefield over £435,000 to perform his research. Wakefield was also using his research to start up a medical diagnostic company that was predicted to earn up to £72 million a year. The following is an interview that took place between Anderson Cooper and Wakefield, showing that even after Wakefield's conviction, he still stands strong to his research.
I've written a book, and
but this is not just one man. This is published in the British Medical Journal.
Yeah, no, and I have not as yet had a chance to read that, but I have read his multiple allegations on many occasions. He is a hitman. He's been brought in to take me down because they are very, very concerned about the adverse reactions to vaccines that are occurring in children.
Wait a minute, sir. Let me just stop you right there. You say he's a hitman and he's been brought in by they. Who is they? Who is he a hitman for? This is an independent journalist who's won many awards.
Yeah, And he's, who brought this man in? Who is paying this man? I don't know. But I do know for sure that he's not a journalist like you are.
Well,
And
he's actually signed a document.
In 2013, the Globe and Mail reported that Alberta has had a decrease in vaccination. Just recently, there has been an outbreak of measles in southern Alberta due to less than 60% of the population being vaccinated. Some officials believe that immunization rates have dropped due to religious beliefs or false notions that measles no longer exists. In this video, Global News reports that as of November 5th, 2013, there has been 19 cases of measles infections, all occurring in individuals that were not vaccinated. Towns like Fort Macleod, Coaldale, and Picture Butte are considered to be at high risk. Let us now take a look at how vaccines work within the body. A vaccine trains the body to recognize and neutralize an invader in advance by giving it microbial fragments. In this video, you see a rubella fragment being captured and displayed by a dendritic cell. A B cell then recognizes the virus and becomes activated. The B cell then causes other cells to become activated in order to deploy the weapons necessary to fight this future invader. Activated B cells turn into plasma cells that release wave after wave of antibodies that will neutralize the virus when present. Fleets of activated T cells will search for infected cells and destroy the infected cells, eliminating the virus completely from the body. Without vaccines, these responses would take more than a week. Vaccines are not perfect and do have side effects. Fatima Kessler, a public nurse at Mount Royal University, will discuss the side effects that she has seen.
As far as them being safe, the circumstances of having allergic reactions or any serious adverse reactions to vaccines is very small. Most people might just react to the site of injection where they get the injection, or may feel a little bit off for a short period of time as compared to what the disease might do.
Let us now look at another common question. How are vaccines made? According to information provided by the College of Physicians of Philadelphia in 2013, the first step of vaccine production starts with the antigen being generated. This is done by infecting eggs or another cell culture with the virus or bacteria of interest. The gene generating the antigen may also be inserted into bacterial cells of yeast. The second step is to isolate the antigen. The antigen is released from the cells and collected. The next step is purification. This removes any unnecessary remains. An adjuvant is then added. This is a material that enhances the immune response to the antigen. Preservatives and stabilizers may also be added at this step, depending on the vaccine that is required. Some vaccines contain live microbes. Anna Kalina, a microbiologist at Mount Royal University, will now explain how live or attenuated whole vaccines are still safe to use.
In general, there are many ways in which vaccines could be developed. However, there are one ultimate goal. The ultimate goal of vaccine development is to be able to provide immune protection to those who receive that drug. And we want to accomplish that without going through the process of developing a full infection process or without having the debilitating symptoms associated with the infection. In general, there are 3 types of vaccines in the way in which they are developed. Vaccines could be developed using live viruses. And although this might sound scary, the trick in the development of live viruses is that those viruses are affected in such a way that they will reproduce, they will replicate at a rate and at a level that are significantly less than using a normal virus. So for example, if a normal virus replicates 10,000 times during the process of an infection, in a live vaccine, that virus won't be able to replicate more than 50 times. But that amount of time of replication is enough for the immune system to be able to be exposed to the whole variety.
Vaccines can eliminate deadly diseases from the world, like smallpox, which has been confirmed to be eradicated worldwide. Using these same methods against mumps, polio, and many other diseases, we can also eliminate them, possibly saving Preston and future generations from ever being affected by these diseases.